Show Welcome guys to the Meet Damien live stream. I am Damien, and today's live stream we're gonna be talking about Bitcoin like we normally do. We're talking about the altcoins as well. If you guys have any requests for altcoins, we'll take a look at them at the charts. And for those who want to talk about stocks, we can do that too. Talk about commodities, that's fine with me as well. But we usually get started with Bitcoin because a lot of my traders that watch this channel are crypto guys here. So yeah, let's get started here with Bitcoin. I'm actually going to turn the volume down a little bit. I think it might be a little bit too loud. Let me go ahead and adjust that real quick here. Okay, I think that might be a little bit better. So we are now looking at price of Bitcoin trading at 90,952 on the daily time frame here. We have the potential of a hammer candle being formed here, where you got a long handle and then you got the actual hammer, the piece that hits the nail. Is on the form here. This is usually a price reversal candle, and this is showing that, you know, we had a couple of bad days here, and then today still kind of a negative red day here, but it could finish in the green. All we gotta do is see Bitcoin get above 91,200, and then we might start seeing some green here. But this is a price reversal candle, which usually is followed by, it should be a green candle. I'm thinking a green candle tomorrow and maybe Saturday. Would be nice to see some follow through. Doesn't mean it's gonna actually happen. I mean, I have seen, you know, hammer candles where the next candle ends up being another red candle, another red candle, another red candle, and just invalidates the price reversal potential. But this is usually followed by green candles going forward. So I like the fact that we're getting a hammer candle right now on the Bitcoin daily chart. We did come down to this 21 EMA here at 89,168. Which was showing up a bunch of times on the charts here. If I go into like the, let me see, the 12 hour, you can see on the 50 moving average, it was saying 89,200 was a potential area of support. If I go into the 8 hour, you got these moving averages down here at 89,200 acting as support. If I go into the 4 hour, more moving averages showing about 89,200. So 89,200 just kept showing up on the charts here. Even on the 2 hour time frame, you got the 200 moving average at 89,200. And then here, well, 1 hour chart, not really, but most of those higher time frames were saying 89,200 was going to be a support zone here for Bitcoin. And let's just see if the VRVP indicator was showing that as well. VRVP indicator, yeah, you know, if you look at the, I'm just looking at the time frames here on the 2 hour chart, going all the way back to like Saturday, December 27th, and it was shown that there was a value area low at 89,300, 89,200. So, you know, they took the price down as far as they could, but volume started showing up here at the moving averages and at the value area low. So that was your chance to get in a nice juicy long on Bitcoin. Now, I don't know if we're actually going to come back down there again. If we do come back down in there to 89,200, that would be a good area. I know a lot of people feel like they missed out on that move earlier this morning when we actually came down to that level. So there will be probably some more people who want to buy and long Bitcoin at 89,200 or 300, somewhere in that area. And that would be just, if we do come down there, hopefully that ends up being a double bottom and we can just launch our way up to higher prices after that. Okay. Now looking at the VRVP indicator, looking at the POC, the point of control, this is the highest volume. There is a lot of volume here at 91,200, 91,300. That's why Bitcoin's having a hard time getting past this level here. This is a level that we were trading at sideways back here on Sunday as well. So if Bitcoin's going to continue being bullish, we're going to have to push past this POC. And then you'll probably see your 92, 93, 94K level again, all over again for Bitcoin. However, if we're not going to push past this level here, then, you know, then where do we go next? Well, we're probably going to maybe come down to either 90K or 89,200, 300 all over again. Okay. So that is what I see here with Bitcoin, right? On the, well, I'm looking at the 2 hour time frame here, but that's what I see so far with Bitcoin. We're just bouncing in between these high volume nodes here. This is why I like using the VRVP indicator, because it shows you what to look for here. Value area low, look for longs. POC, maybe take some profit on your longs, take partial profit. Value area high, you should be taking profit on your longs if you're day trading for sure. And then also possibly considering entering a short And then if we're range bound, we're gonna just enter. We're gonna stay in this range where we come back to the POC again, and you would just take partial profit on your short, and then take full profit on your short when we come back down to the value area low. All right. And I just feel like I just need to catch up on the chat here because I got a few people showing up here. I see Ava Medina and Kevin Hawthorne. Good to see you guys in the chat. Let me just do a quick volume check. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if the music's too loud or not. Quick volume check. All right. I think I can hear myself, so I'm doing good on the mic issue. Let's see what we have here on TikTok. We got Mario smashing the like button. Thank you. Appreciate guys. Definitely smash that like button. Let TikTok and YouTube know that we have a good live stream going on here. And we got that good TA. All right. That good technical analysis here on the charts. All right. Let's see. We got Mario. Thank you for sending me the heart me here, Mario. Thank you. Appreciate that. And I think, yeah, that's Mario's the most active one in the chat so far on TikTok. We do got a bunch of people here. Good to see you guys. Let me know who's here, guys. Let me know who's here. Let's see. Someone's over here getting salty here on TikTok. He's saying if we go to 89K and we close down there, we're gonna go lower. If not, we go back up. Well, yeah, I mean that sounds kind of like common sense, right? If we don't go lower, we're gonna go higher. All right. Good morning from Australia. Cryptos. Craig is saying that. He says you try to click on the Discord link, but you're not able to get in. Just message me here on TikTok, and then I'll try to send you another link. That link should be good. It's the link that actually never expires. But if I need to send you another link, I'll do that for you. Definitely. All right. Thank you, Emperor Floki, for liking the live here. Appreciate that. All right. Okay. So let's just take a look at the momentum indicator, see what Bitcoin wants to do next here on the 2-hour time frame. Here on the market cipher B, we do see that money flow is starting to increase again. We need that in order for us to see higher prices here. We want to see money flow in the green like we did here in the beginning of January. Okay, if this money flow keeps increasing, you'll see a money flow flip here, where you'll start seeing some green again, and you'll see higher prices here. And you see that you did have a green buy dot here earlier this morning near the oversold horizontal bars here. Those green horizontal bars are the oversold area. So that's good to see. That's why you can actually consider being in the long on Bitcoin, right? And let's see. Let's see if there's any other good stuff going on here on the other momentum indicator, and that would be the MACD indicator here. On the 2-hour time frame, you see a MACD crossover to the upside. That happened 11 o'clock this morning. And, yep, looks like the selling pressure has died off, and you're starting to get a little bit of buying pressure going on here. So that might have been the low for the week, guys, or, you know, the low for today might have already came in. And, you know, I already saw in my Discord, some people like, oh, man, if it goes back to 89K, I'm definitely buying. So the market makers probably know that, and they're going to send the price higher and get people chasing here again. Take out some of these late shorts that came in that thought they could like short the market right over here, and then they're getting, you know, either stopped out or liquidated right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of that going on and pushing us up to higher prices here. Let's go into the 1-hour time frame. We're just analyzing Bitcoin. 1-hour time frames looks. It's pretty solid. You had that MACD crossover earlier this morning on the MACD. And here on Market Cipher B, you are getting money flow in the green on Market Cipher B on the 1-hour time frame. And you got that green buy dot here at 9 a.m. So I think from what I'm seeing, nothing's guaranteed, right? We definitely know nothing's guaranteed in trading, or even maybe even life for that matter, okay? But it's looking like Bitcoin wants to go to higher prices, not lower prices in the short time frame. Maybe, you know, we see a continuation of this short-term rally going into later on tonight. But that's what I'm seeing here on the charts here. Chiyami says, hi Damien, any chance Bitcoin goes to 50K? I mean, if it does that, I don't think it's going to do that, you know, this week or this month. But maybe if Bitcoin is not able to get up to like 97K or 100K later on this week and this month, then you know that's going to end up being lower highs compared to the highs that we had a month ago and 2 months ago, and you know, we could see 50K later on, but I think that's going to take a few weeks, few months. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon here. HSNL says Solana outperformed Bitcoin and Ethereum Classic. Okay, were you trying to say Ethereum Classic or Ethereum? And I think yeah, Solana was pretty good, outperforming a lot of cryptos, a lot of altcoins last year. But Solana saw its like best days in like the beginning of last year, like January of 2025. All right, let's see if we can continue this bullish momentum here on the 15-minute time frame. I want to look at the 15-minute time frame and look at the MACD, see what that's doing. And oh, okay, selling pressure is dying down here on the MACD for the 15-minute time frame. So maybe during this live stream you'll see Bitcoin. Right now, you guys are jumping in the live stream. You see Bitcoin at $91,000. Maybe Bitcoin might be at higher prices the way things are going here on the 15-minute time frame. So we might see some higher prices by the time I'm done with the live stream. I usually go live for like 2 hours. I go from like 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time. So we'll see. We'll see. That's my guess. My guess is that we'll see higher prices by the end of the live stream. Let's see. Here on Market Cipher B, we had a green buy dot that came in 30 minutes ago. Okay, about 2 candles ago on the 15-minute time frame. And I'm also seeing that money flow is trying to start increasing here, and momentum is going up to the upside. So there's some hope here for some higher prices. I would, if I'm not already in a long, I'd be interested in trying to long Bitcoin right now. And then if you were to try to long Bitcoin right now, I probably put the stop loss right below. Well, my stop loss is at 90,500, so like somewhere around here, 90,500 or 400. Okay, right below this last higher low here on the 15-minute time frame. See, this is Binance's chart here. Let me see if I can get some more better data here. This is Coinbase's chart. Yeah, Coinbase's chart. You know, that higher low came in at like 9,482. So I would put a stop. I would try to long Bitcoin right now. Put a stop loss here, maybe 20x, 30x leverage, and then try to see if what will we target here if we're trying to go to higher prices. Where will we take profit on a day trade here? Let's go into the 1 hour time frame and see if there's any moving averages above us. There is the 100 moving average at 91,600. That's about what, $600 above us. You could take partial profit there, and then also take more partial profit at 92,200. Okay, let's go into the 4 hour time frame, see what the 4 hour time frame is showing. Not much moving averages above us besides the 21 EMA sitting at 92,200. So I think 92,000 is a good area to take partial profit on a day trade long here. Another idea is to also take profit at the 786 retracement at 93K. You could probably take all your profit there, or you could try to aim for like the 94K area. I don't know if Bitcoin's actually going to get back up to 94,800 or 94,400 like it did on Tuesday and Monday here, but maybe you could try to aim for that area, but maybe go a little bit lower because you just don't know. Like they might create a lower high on us, so maybe like 94K I would say on a long here for Bitcoin to take full profit on your day trade long if you're gonna do something like that for today or tomorrow. All right, Crypto Craig, you said you sent me a message. All right, I'll go ahead and try to send you the Discord link when I'm done with the live stream here. Okay, it'll be like probably like an hour or two from now. Alrighty, you guys have any cryptocurrencies you want to take a look at? I know the news for the day was Zcash, right? We saw it here on Zcash. Let me pull it up. Get out of here. But one of the developers for Zcash actually quit to form a new company after he had a boardroom clash. This is news that came out earlier this morning. And it says here that the entire electric coin company team behind Zcash resigned on January 7th after CEO John Swarthart described as a constructive discharge by the Bootstrap board. Swarthart said the team is forming a new company, creating uncertainty for the project's roadmap following a major reorganization announced on December 1st. And this article is coming from the block. You guys can read more about it. I'm pretty sure you can read more about it. But let's see what that did to Zcash on the charts here. Zcash is currently down 7% today. After being down, you know, it's been having a few bad days here. And of course, today was one of the worst bad days here. We came down to 380 on Zcash. Wow. Okay, on the daily time frame here, candlewick low took you down to 380. But we already saw, you know, on the charts here that, you know, Zcash was kind of creating lower highs. I mean, this could be considered a lower high here on December 29th. We had, you know, this high of like 555, which is lower than the highs here at 730 and 744. Okay, so we already knew that Zcash was having a struggle here. However, Zcash looks like it's trying to stay above the 50-day moving average, so you know, maybe this might have been just a buying opportunity here. Whoever was lucky enough to get in at 380 or below 400, they're doing all right for themselves because, you know, the price is now back up at 433 here. But this could be a buy the dip opportunity here because I still think Zcash is on an uptrend heading up and to the right, and has been in this uptrend since September of last year. So this might have been just a buy the dip opportunity. And if they keep pushing this candle up higher, right, this could end up being a hammer candle, right, which is a price reversal candle that ends up, you know, setting you up to higher prices here. Okay, so, you know, Zcash, I think it's all right. We just had probably a buy the dip opportunity on some news that the bears took it and they ran with it. But just going back to the charts here on Zcash, you know, looking at the VRVP indicator here, we actually did come down to the POC. The POC is sitting at 407, 408, around there. We actually went below it, but there was a lot of support in this area for Zcash had it come down here, and it did come down for it to get some support here. So the support on the VRVP indicator is holding here on Zcash, okay? Had it not hold here, then, you know, then there was also another idea, was the value area low at 348 should provide some support, because the people that bought here in the beginning of December of last year, which is what, a month ago, I mean, they're still in profit right now. They're not going to be in profit anymore if it goes down to 345, 348, but they're still in profit right now, so they're not going to click the sell button unless we lose 340. Okay. So there's still support here because of the value area low. The POC is also support. That is definitely strong support at 406, 407. And if Zcash continues climbing, right, like it's been doing up and to the right, up and to the right, up and to the right here, then there should be, once again, resistance at 509. So if you're interested in buying Zcash right now at 433, I would try to take profit at 509. And then, of course, the value area high sitting at 543 should be some take profit targets to the upside for Zcash. So maybe you do take profit target 1, 508, take profit target 2, 543 for Zcash. All right. Drone Shot says, where am I from on my live stream? I am streaming on the East Coast of the United States. I am in Massachusetts. That is where I'm streaming from. Where are you from, my friend? I think this is like one of the first times I've seen you show up on one of my live streams here. You like the live stream about Bitcoin? I appreciate the compliment. Duke wants to look at XRP. All right, so we got a request here from Duke. Wants to look at XRP. I got you, Duke. And let's see what else here. Did I miss any other requests here? I think that's the only one for now. All right, so I guess we'll take a look at XRP after this one. All right, guys. So I gave you downside, upside targets here with Zcash using the VRVP indicator, which is, I think, pretty much one of the best indicators to be using to figure out targets here. You know, there's other ways to figure out targets using moving averages or using the Fibonacci fib levels here. But VRVP indicator is taking real world data from people who are buying and selling. The green is the buys, the reds are the sells, and it shows you what level, what price level people were buying and selling at. And the majority of people were buying and selling at 407, so there's definitely a lot of support there for Zcash. Okay. And then also here, you know, high volume node above us at 508. A lot of people were buying and selling at that area. I would expect that to be resistance going forward if Zcash is able to climb its way back up to that level. All right, let's move on to XRP. Excuse me. All right, so we're now looking at XRP, currently trading at $2.12, down 1.7% today. I do have the VRP indicator here marking off. I already marked off the levels with the high volume nodes here at 220. You got another one here at 203, then another one here at 192, and another one here at $1.80. So I could actually get rid of the VRP because I already marked off the levels to watch for here on XRP. Okay. And what I'm seeing here with XRP is, yeah, you came above on the daily time frame. You came above the 50-day moving average, this green line here. But you weren't able to stay above it. That's okay. I mean, you could try to reclaim it again in the future here. But I want to see us get above that 50-day moving average, sitting at 225. Okay. But right now we're at 212. We got to climb up to 220 again, and that's where we know there's a lot of high volume for XRP on the VRVP indicator. So there should be resistance between 220 and 225. I would, you know, if I'm long in XRP, if I'm day trading XRP, I'm buying here at 212. I'm probably going to put the stop loss below the daily low at 206 or 205. And then I'm going to try to take profit either at 220 or 225 with whatever leverage long I'm using, 10x, 15, 20x leverage long. And I'm going to try to take profit either at 220 or 225. Maybe I break it up into two targets. Maybe I take partial profit at 220 and then take the full profit at 225. But that's what I'd be aiming for if I'm day trading XRP right now. Now, for those of you who are not day traders, you're investors and swing traders, hopefully you bought the lows for today, right? And you can put your stop loss below, you know, the low for today if you want to keep it really tight. And you're probably going to be targeting for XRP on a swing trade spot bag long. You're probably looking for the moving averages above us at like this 200-day moving average at 256, or maybe even the 100-day moving average at 248. So you're probably going to take profit between 248 and 256. That's your target zone if you're not doing day trading with 10x, 20x leverage. If you're just doing regular spot trading, those are the targets I'd be looking for to the upside here on XRP. Okay, and I'll go ahead and pull up that VRVP indicator, see if the VRVP indicator says anything about that. And yeah, on the VRVP indicator, there is a not a high volume node like you see here at 220, but there's still some high volume. There's some volume here at 250. So yeah, 250 to 256, 258. That's a good area to try to take some profit on XRP if you're able to get, you know, able to sell XRP at that area. JY wants me to take a look at Pangolin. Let me go ahead and write that down. Pangolin, all right. Well, let's see. Bro Boz says, what's the name of the indicator that I'm using? That's the visual range volume profile indicator. If you're using TradingView here, you go over to indicators here and you type in VRVP and it comes out as visual range volume profile indicator. That's what I did, and I saved that as one of my favorite indicators here. All right, so that's the indicator that you're looking for. Now when you actually put on the VRVP indicator for the first time, it's probably gonna look like this. You're gonna have to change your settings. You're not gonna get it looking like what I got. You're gonna have to change the settings, because what it will end up looking like is it'll look like this, and then on top of that, the style, you won't have the value area high or the value area low or the POC unless you click it on. And this is what it's going to look like at first to you, okay? it's going to be kind of blocky like that, right? You don't really see the precise levels to be looking for. So in order to make those adjustments to make it look like what I got, you got to go over here to row size and make it, just put a 0. Come on, there we go. Yeah, put a 0 right where it says 24, so you get 240 row size. And then it'll start looking like this, but you're also not getting the value area low and the value area high, so you got to go back into settings here, go over the style, and then you got to make sure you click on VHH for value area high, VAL, value area low, and then POC. And then I like to change the color on my POC to blue, so it sticks out so I can see that. And then it looks something like this, right? You got the, let me just zoom out here, and I'll get rid of the moving averages for now. But yeah, you get something like this, where you get the value area high, that white line, value area low, the white line below, and then the point of control, that blue line is right there, that point of control sitting right there. Alrighty, and we got the real digital Buddha is saying, you know, it's gonna go down. Don't listen to me. XRP going to 207, 208. Well, I didn't really talk about downside targets. And we are going to talk about that right now. You said you're staying on a short all the way down to 208, 209. Oh, okay. So you don't want people to listen to me because you are shorting XRP. Okay, okay. But you're taking it down to 208, 207. Well, you know, people are going to do whatever they want to do. So they're either going to listen to me or they're not going to listen to me. But if they do want to listen to me, that's why I'm here on this live stream. And levels to look for on the downside is that 203 level here, where you got a high volume node, okay? So maybe you can actually go further than 208. You could probably take some profit on your short at 203 here, okay? And maybe that could be partial profit, and you can actually take more profit here at the next high volume node here at $1.92, okay? Make some even more money on that short that you're in, okay? Those are targets to be looking for based off the VRVP indicator here. Let me go ahead and turn the moving averages, see if the moving averages are going to agree with that or not. You do got a 21 exponential moving average sitting at $1.96. So, yeah, and maybe that is in confluent with this high volume node here at $1.92. So maybe $1.92, $1.96 is where you can actually take some profit on your short there. Alrighty. Okay, so that was pretty much XRP. Let's move on to Pangolin. And good luck on your short with XRP. Just remember to put your stop loss, you know, at break even if you can, or in profit, because we never know. No one could ever be 100% sure on anything if it's going to go up or down. All right. We have a good idea where it might go, but sometimes, you know, things don't play out all the time. Especially when it comes to day trading. All right, we're looking at Pangolin right now on the daily time frame. Currently trading at 4 cents, 0.043 pennies, up 1.99% today. We're still using this VRVP indicator because it's a very helpful, powerful indicator to be using. And let me see, I'm just going to clean up the chart a little bit here. Let's delete that, please. Yeah. So we got the POC, which is the highest volume node on the VRVP indicator. It is showing that a majority of people were buying and selling Pangolin at about 0.041 pennies, 0.042 pennies, somewhere around there, okay? Because we're above it, that should act as support for now, unless we lose it. If we lose that support, then another idea is that this thing could come down to this 21 EMA at 0.038 pennies. And then you got the value area low at 0.036. So I think there should be a good amount of support. And it might make sense to actually try to go long on Pangolin if it does come down to 0.038 or 0.036, if you're inclined to do so. Okay. If Pangolin doesn't actually go down and it actually continues being bullish here, there's a little bit of high volume at 0.047. But there's even more volume, and you got the value area high sitting at 0.053. That's where I'd be targeting my my day trade or swing trade long. I'd be looking to take profit at basically 5 pennies on this cryptocurrency here. And that's sitting at about 0.053 pennies to be exact. All right, so that's pangolin, just using the VRVP indicator here. Now, how likely is it to continue going up? I want to see what the momentum indicators are doing below us. If I turn on the MACD indicator here, you see that buying pressure is increasing and still increasing, so this thing probably wants to go to higher prices still. And you got a MACD crossover to the upside on Saturday, and because it did that, that's when your selling pressure started turning into buying pressure. So all systems go. Just looking at the MACD for pangolin here, and then looking at Market Cipher B. Market Cipher B said you got a green buy down here on January 1st, last Thursday, about a week ago. And that happened near the oversold area here, the horizontal bars, these green horizontal bars. Usually a good time to look for a long or try to buy is like when you see a green buy dot, especially below this green horizontal bar, okay? So that was a good time to go buy this crypto, and momentum, the blue wave went up, and now money flow, which was in the red, is now turning green here. It turned green on yesterday, okay? Hopefully we see some more green. We don't want to see like, a little bit of green going back into red like we did here first week of December. Kind of want to see like a good amount of green like you saw here in July, if you're able to do so. All right, but yeah, that's that green buy dot came in on January 1st, New Year's Day. And January 1st, New Year's Day was right here. You would have been buying the lows. And you would have been buying the value area low for that matter too. So that's why I like using these indicators, these momentum indicators, and trading off of them. And I got to do a video that shows you how I trade the Market Cipher B and the MACD indicators. Those are the momentum indicators that I like to use. These two right here. But I do have other videos if you guys want to learn about the VRVP indicator. If you go into my TikTok, it's one of these videos that's pinned to the top of my channel here. It's got like over 2,000 views right now. If I just click on that real quick here, you'll see me talking about the VRVP indicator. So it's about a 16-minute video on your settings here. But I show you how to set it up. To the settings, and what we first want to do is we want to change the row size to just put a 0. And I just talked about that earlier on the stream. 240. And you'll see that when I do that, this is going to change the volume range visual profile. You get more precise. So I talk about how to set it up, and then I talk about how I trade it once I have it set up. So that's a good video to learn more about the VRVP indicator here. And then also I got a video about the Fibonacci indicator. And then I got another video for those who are just brand new to trading or looking at the charts and technical analysis. I got a video that talks about how to use the MACD indicator, the RSI, stochastic RSI, and what all these green and red candles mean, and what those candles are showing you for data. So I got all that on my TikTok channel. I even got that on my YouTube channel for my YouTube guys that are watching right now. You just go to the Meet Damien YouTube channel right here, and you go with the videos, and there you should see the VRVP indicator video right there. I also got the Fibonacci video, and I also got the candlestick chart RSI MACD video as well on the TikTok. I mean on the YouTube channel as well. Okay, all right. How we doing in there, guys? My YouTube guys are kind of quiet. You guys are just watching. You guys have any requests you want to take a look at? Let's see. We got D2 Miami on the chat here. How you doing, D2 Miami? And JY, you're welcome with PNG. I'm glad I was able to help you out there with the analysis. All right. Let's see, who else got beat up today besides Zcash? I see Dash also taking a beating at down 5% today. Pump.fun is down right now, 6.8%. Interesting. And then Bitcoin, it's getting back up to 91,200. Let's look at Bitcoin real quick here. Ooh, my chart's looking all messy here. Let me get rid of the VRVP for now. So I already marked off the levels to look for with the VRVP indicator on Bitcoin. And the level that's going to be tough for us to break past is this $91,400 level here, which is also on the Fibonacci. It's also a Fibonacci level to look for. That's the 0.618, 0.5 golden pocket level. If we can get past this level, then I think it should be smoother sailing towards 93K here. If we can't get past 91,400 and Bitcoin rejects this level here, we might retest 90,500, which is another fib level to look for, the 0.5 fib level. And it's also a VRVP level that's also pretty important. But we could end up retesting the lows today, where we came down to like $89,000 Bitcoin. There's a 0.32 level there. There's also the 21 EMA at 89,170. That's like how far we came down to pretty much. So the 21 EMA, it has acted as support for now, but maybe if Bitcoin is going to bleed off some more, we come right back down to it again, try to retest it, make a double bottom, and then launch up to higher prices here on Bitcoin. So that's what I see with Bitcoin so far right now. Let's look at crypto bubbles, see who was taking the biggest beating today. Make sure I'm on the daily, weekly, daily chart. Okay. Yeah, so Zcash definitely taking one of the biggest beatings here. Pump that fund, we already mentioned that. Pepe's also got knocked down today, down 7%. Some of the ones that are actually doing all right today is Jasmy's leading the pack here, up 16%. I think we talked about Jasmine like yesterday or a day or 2 days ago. Hopefully whoever requested that got in on that trade with Jasmine. Tau up 4.9%, and World Liberty Finance up 5%. All right. Anthony says, are we going to do a retest of 95K? I don't think we actually got up to 95K on Bitcoin. We got close to it, but I think on Coinbase we actually hold on a sec, guys. I just heard a knock on the door. Gotta make sure. Let me just double check, make sure everything's good here. Be right back, guys. Never mind. I guess my neighbors are doing some construction or something. It sounded like a knock on the door to me, though. All right. Let's see. So retest to 95K. I mean, we didn't actually hit 95K, but 94,800. Sure. Yeah. I mean, what we're looking for is this could possibly end up being for Bitcoin a hammer candle. I kind of want to go on to a different chart here that doesn't have so much chart work on it. But this is looking like a hammer candle here on Bitcoin, which is a price reversal candle here. And if it's a price reversal candle, then you'll start seeing some green candles showing up here for tomorrow and in what, Saturday, Sunday. So maybe this is setting us up for higher prices going into tomorrow. I don't know, nothing's guaranteed, but you know, just look up hammer candles, right? And you'll understand why that's a bullish candle. Now, we actually had a hammer candle, believe it or not, on Tuesday, or sort of a hammer candle. This was actually a really good candle for us to go to higher prices, but we didn't go to higher prices. We actually got red candle here. So hammer candles, just like anything else, nothing's guaranteed in life. They usually work out where the price goes up to higher prices, but sometimes you get the other thing where it actually goes down in price. So it'd be really weird if we're doing these hammer candles here and the price still continues going down. That would be very, very weird. But then also, I guess that would probably just signify that we're in a bear market where anything that's bullish ends up getting sold off. So yeah, we'll be on the lookout for that. Hopefully this hammer candle plays out to the upside versus this other hammer candle that did not play out to the upside. Thank you, Dylan, for following me here on TikTok. Appreciate that. So what are you guys trading out there? I'm actually trading Bitcoin here on WEEX exchange. Let's see what that's looking like here. On weeks, I am in a 40x leverage long here on Bitcoin, and up a little bit here today. The price is actually $91,200 here on WEEX. And if this all goes to plan, right, my take profit's at 94K, so I'll make $154. I'll be up 130% on that trade. And I got my stop loss at 90,500, and I'll only lose about 27 bucks if I'm wrong about Bitcoin going up to higher prices. But I did say at the beginning of this live stream, I think Bitcoin is going to go up, not down, while I'm over here talking to you guys. Let's get into the day trading time frames here. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame here on Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, we came down a little bit. Looks like we're respecting the 21 EMA on the 1 hour time frame, and we're getting a nice green bullish engulfing candle here. We had a little bit of an afternoon sell-off here, and I think, you know, to the upside, it's going to be tough getting to like 91,400 to 91,600. You do have a 100 moving average that could act as resistance. For the day traders out there, you might want to take partial profit at that area. If we're able to push past that level there, then there's the next level here, 92,200. I already said 92K is where I would think, you know, most day traders should be taking partial profits here on their Bitcoin longs. And of course, you know, my stop loss at 90,500 puts you right below this candle wick here on the 1 hour time frame. Now looking at the momentum indicators here, one of the reasons why I think Bitcoin is going up to higher prices later on tonight is because money flow is now in the green, and you had a green buy dot here after 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. You have money flow in the green. That's good to see. Okay, on the 1 hour time frame. And then here on the MACD, you got some buying pressure here, and you got the MACD crossover to the upside. That happened at 9 a.m. as well earlier this morning. So 1 hour time frame says we should go up to higher prices here for Bitcoin. I say should, nothing's guaranteed, right? Now let's look at the 15-minute time frame. How are things looking on the 15-minute time frame here on the MACD? Of course, we had a little afternoon sell-off here, but now selling pressure is dying down, and we're about to get a MACD crossover to the upside on the 15-minute time frame. We had a MACD crossover to the downside earlier this afternoon. Got, you know, a little bit of a correction there around 3 o'clock, but now the selling pressure is dying down. So I like what I'm seeing here for higher prices on the 15-minute time frame. And then here on the market cipher B for the 15-minute time frame, of course, money flow dipped down. Money flow is starting to trend back upwards again. You got a green buy dot here around 3:45 Eastern time. So I think this thing, you know, continues. If it continues doing what it's doing, it's going to show that money flow is going to be back in the green again, and I think we'll be good for the next few hours here for higher prices on Bitcoin. And I already said, you know, targets to the upside was like 91,400, which, you know, on this 15-minute time frame, that red line, that 200-day moving average, that is where the red line is. That's where we should get initially rejected, maybe come back down, make a little higher low, and then launch up maybe up to 92K. And 92K is an area that I'm looking for because that's where that 50 moving average is, that green line on the 1 hour time frame here. Ava Medina says, any meme coin setups? I don't know, Ava. You tell me. I've been focusing my attention on Bitcoin for the most part. Back and forth between Bitcoin, Ethereum. I got into Sui last night, but then I got stopped out. So, you know, I haven't really looked at the meme coins in a while. Usually I get into meme coins when I feel like the market when Bitcoin has bottomed out and we're about to go back up again on Bitcoin. That's when I get into meme coins, because I know the meme coins run first, and then then the other altcoins start running with them. And the meme coins, when they run first, and they run hard whenever we get a bounce on Bitcoin. So what are the meme coins doing? I have them like on my watch list here. Let's see. Pango up 0.43%. Pepe. Oh yeah, Pepe was down 5%. Maybe Pepe Well, Pepe already had a big run this past week, so maybe I don't know. Maybe Pepe needs to come down a little bit more. Dogecoin's down 2.4%. Bonk is down 2.4%. Shiba Inu down 0.4%. Fartcoin down 1.8%. I don't know which one you want me to look at. Give me an idea of which one you want to look at on the charts. Let's see, maybe I know Bonk did well too, along with Pepe. Let's see what Bonk looks like. Bonk is at 1092, down 2.2% today. And yeah, okay, Bonk obviously had a good few days here in the beginning of January. But Bonk got rejected off this 50-day moving average. And alright, what is this? I think, yeah, we were trading in a range for like the longest time here on Bonk back in December. I'm going to get rid of that. We know that played out to the upside. But do you see how like we're in the range, and then they fake us out, they take us down below the range, and then they send us up higher? Frustrating for a lot of people. Abba wants to look at Pepe and Fartcoin. Alright, why don't we start with Fartcoin first? Because I don't think I've analyzed that one on the live stream recently. Fartcoin currently trading at 40 cents here, down 1.8% today. But is it a buying opportunity? Fartcoin could come down a little bit further before getting support off of the 50-day moving average, or the 21 EMA, which is at 32 and 36 cents respectively. MACD on the daily time frame is showing that the buying pressure is dying down, but you know, buying pressure could start increasing again out of nowhere. And then Market Cipher B, you got a red sell dot that came in today on Fartcoin. Doesn't mean that you couldn't get a green dot, you know, later on till tomorrow, or even this. If we start launching up to high prices right now, this red dot could disappear on us. But that is a signal that Fartcoin should be sold right now. If you're in Fartcoin, maybe take some profits. I mean, if you still like Fartcoin, you could take profits now and then buy back in lower again. But Fartcoin is looking like it wants to sell off some more, unfortunately. Just looking at Market Cipher B and the MACD. It does not have the momentum to go to the upside from what I'm seeing, unless things just change out of nowhere. Let's look at the VRVP indicator, see what it has to say here. So the VRVP indicator, look at this. Oh, I mean, I see a high volume node here, right where that 50-day moving average is at, 36 cents. And then, of course, you know, there's some more volume, high volume here at that 21 EMA. So I think, you know, even if you didn't know how to set up the VRVP indicator, if you're just using moving averages alone, the 21 and the 50 are going to show you where the support is for Fartcoin. So I think you could get Fartcoin at a cheaper price if it does decide to come down. It does look like it's coming down because of the momentum indicators. But if Fartcoin does go up, there should be some resistance here at 51 cents. That's where that 100-day moving average is at. And then, of course, the 200-day moving average is probably going to be a lot of resistance at 67 cents if it does get up to that area. I see Duali C's in the chat. Good to see you, Duali C. He says, smash the like button, subscribe, and share. Definitely listen to that guy. He knows what he's talking about. I like that. I like where your mind's at. All right. KC Cattle has followed me here on TikTok. Thank you. And JY wants to look at Toshi. All right, let me go ahead and write that down. Got Toshi. And then H wants to look at WIF. And then, oh, we did get some requests that came in. And D2 Miami wants to look at Jasmine. So Jasmine did come in first. So we'll look at Jasmine. And then H did request whiff, so we'll look at that one. And then we'll look at Toshi after that. Ava Medina, are you okay? We come back to Pepe later on. I'll just write that down as like a bonus, because I do got some people here on TikTok that were asking about some coins here, and I don't want to neglect them. I got a good amount of people here on TikTok, 26 of you, and then YouTube. You know, it's all right. We'll get those numbers up there one of these days. But I appreciate you guys coming on YouTube and watching me as well. Appreciate that. If you guys are on TikTok and you want to watch the live streams, you can go onto the Meet Damien YouTube channel. I am on YouTube as well. I am live streaming on YouTube as well. And you just come over here. Don't forget to subscribe. And then you just click on lives, and then you can watch the replays of the live streams that I've done today, yesterday, the day before. I go live Monday to Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time is the time slot that I've been working with. So yeah, you come find me on YouTube as well. And you know, I got my shorts here as well, YouTube shorts if you don't got that much time, and then videos. You know, I got the tutorial videos are pretty popular, like the VRVP indicator video and the Fibonacci indicator video. And I do see someone here was asking about what indicator. So that indicator that we were looking at, the VRVP indicator, is what you're probably asking about, right? That's this indicator off to the right here, green and red bars over here. Since you're on TikTok, I'll go to TikTok. But on TikTok, you can watch that video on how I set it up and how I trade with it. That's one of the videos that's pinned to the top of my my TikTok here. Let me just click the refresh button here. See, we got a good amount more people following me here on TikTok. Appreciate that. Hey, where's the videos? But yeah, that's the VRVP indicator video. That's the one that you probably want to watch if you want to learn more about it. Okay. All right, let's get into these requests. We're gonna look at Jasmine, Whiff, Toshi, and then Pepe. And RP came in, wants me to look at gold. Okay, so we'll look at gold. I'm sorry, Ava Medina. I'm gonna try to see if I can fit him in before Pepe. So we'll look at gold after we look at Jasmine, Whiff, and Toshi. I take them as I come in. First come, first serve basis over here, guys. Crypto Fountain says, can I check Koban? We think it's ready to move up. All right, so I'll look at that one after gold. Koban. All right, so I got some work to do here. Let me get started, guys. All right, Jasmine. So we're now looking at Jasmine coin, currently trading at 977, up 16% today. Wow. Oh, that's right. We did see that on the crypto bubbles chart. Good job, Jasmine. Right? Jasmine could hit some resistance. Like, it's already hitting a resistance from the VRVP indicator. You got the value area high at 976. We're already at that level right now, but we're able to push past that. There is the 100-day moving average at about 1 cent, roughly 10.58, if you want to call it that. And then there's some more resistance on that 200-day moving average at 11.71. Okay, so we're kind of already coming up to the top of Jasmine's price targets here. We're like hitting them right now. If we get rejected off this 100-day moving average, or if we start coming down to lower prices, there is some high volume here at 901. And then you got the 50-day moving average that provides support at 858. If you're not able to hold 858, then we do got the point of control here at 726, somewhere around that area. That could act as support. Let's see how strong of a move if this thing still has the momentum to go to higher prices here. Let's look at the MACD and the market cipher B. Those are your momentum indicators here, and the momentum still looks pretty strong here for Jasmine. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jasmine actually hits that 1 cent level and 1100 level here, okay? Because the buying pressure is still steadily increasing. The moving averages are skyrocketing higher. I would only worry if the blue line started curving back downward. That's probably going to hint to you that you're topping out on Jasmine, okay? But you don't have that yet, so MACD looks great for Jasmine to go to higher prices. And then here on Market Cipher B, you got a green buy dot last Thursday. That was a good day to try to buy Jasmine because you would have been enjoying all the gains today and yesterday. Money flow is in the green and momentum's going up, and you do not have a red sell dot. When you see a red sell dot actually show up here on Jasmine, that's probably going to indicate to you it's going to be like a blinking caution light that you should be taking profit on your Jasmine, but you don't have that yet. So you do not have the blinking caution light. You do not have a red sell dot. Jasmine could go to high prices from what I'm seeing here. So there you go. Good luck to you with Jasmine. Let's move on to Dog with Hat with. And we're looking at WIF right now, currently trading at 38 cents, down 0.77% today. WIF had a really great Tuesday here when we shot right above the 50-day moving average. This green line was hanging out at 45 cents. We actually went up to 50 cents on Dog with Hat. However, we weren't able to sustain ourselves above the 50-day moving average. Yesterday you actually came up and tested the value area high at 43 cents. You weren't able to stay at that level either. You weren't even able to stay at the point of control of the POC, this blue line at 40 cents, which is where the good majority of people were buying and selling Dog with Hat. So you would think that would act as support. This is not good to see here. So, you know, Dog with Hat looks like it wants to come down. All right, it looks like it wants to, but today you got a candlewick low that took you down to 37 cents, and that's like kind of like near the bottom of this high volume node here. Had you lost that level there at 37 cents, then you would have probably dropped like a rock, because look at the VRVP indicator here. You got a big gap in the VRVP indicator here, and you wouldn't get support until right around that 34 cents, which is right where that 21 EMA is at. That could have also acted as support, and then you got the value area low right here. So I think 34 cents is where Dog with Hat could go if it's going to continue being bearish. Okay, that's going to be your downside target if you're a short trade. If you're shorting it and trading this as a day trade, your take profit target on your short should be about like 34 cents, based on what I'm seeing here on the charts with the 21 EMA and the value area low. Okay. All right. Let's see how it's doing on the momentum indicators here. We got Market Cipher B did show a green buy dot here on January 1st, and then money flow was in the red and now it's in the green. However, you know, I just didn't like what I seen the last couple of days here. I'm surprised that we didn't get a red sell dot, but you know, if you do see a red sell dot here on Market Cipher B on the daily time frame for Dog with Hat, then I would probably click the sell button, take some profit, because it probably means that Dog with Hat wants to continue going down on lower prices here. Alrighty, and then here on the MACD indicators showing that buying pressure was strong earlier this week, but now buying pressure is coming down. And you can see that this blue moving average is trying to start to curve back down. It's not going up vigorously like it did a few days ago. I'm a little bit iffy on Dog with Hat. Bless me. Ooh, man. Am I allergic to Dog with Hat? Yeah, Dog with Hat is looking iffy because, you know, buying pressure is dying down, but buying pressure could start increasing again. So I just don't know with Dog with Hat right now. It has done that before in the past, like here in November and December, where buying pressure died down and then started increasing again, and then it died down. I would start to worry if the blue line starts curving down and then crosses the orange line to the downside, like you saw here in December, the middle of December. That's when you need to definitely get out of Dog with Hat. When you see something like that on the daily time frame here, you see a MACD cross over to the downside, because when it does that, then you get these red candles showing up here. And looking back, you know, that was back here in December. You got this MACD crossover. And yeah, had you listened to the MACD crossover and sold, you would have avoided this little mess here, where we had that little bit of a correction on Dog with Hat. Abba Medina said, bless me, thank you. Ava Medina says gold is greater than Pepe any day. Oh, you're funny. Well, we are going to take a look at gold. And then we're going to take a look at Toshi after that. So let's take a look at gold from my friend here who requested it. See how gold's doing. Oh wow, gold's at 4,477. And I do have previous chart work here. Not sure where. I'm actually going to get rid of the VRVP for now. And then I'll turn it on later. But gold has been the best performing asset in 2025 here, for sure. Okay. No doubt about it. All right, as a commodity, as an asset, there might have been something that did better than gold, but few and far can say that. There's not that many that can say that. Maybe silver. You can say silver did better than gold, maybe. But yeah, here on gold, we topped out at 4,549 or no 4,550 here on December 29th, and I just drew this Fibonacci from like 3,314 was the swing low here up to that $4,500 level, 4,550, and it gives me the fib numbers to look out for if gold is going to sell off and correct here. It could come down to the 786 retracement at 4,288, okay, which is slightly above the 21 EMA. You would think that either the 21 EMA or the 786 retracement is going to hold for gold. So if you do see gold come down to like 4,300, 4,288, I would be trying to buy gold if you still think we're going to be going to higher prices here. Those are some good prices to get in on gold, okay? If gold continues being bullish here and climbs up to higher prices, we do got a Fibonacci extension level to the upside. This is the 1272 Fib extension. We could possibly see $4,890 gold here, okay? And then it gets even crazier than that because there is a 1618 target here that says that gold could get up to 5,318. That's just an idea, but that's what the Fibonacci extension levels are showing here, okay? So I gave you your upside and your downside targets here for gold, right? We could maybe test, obviously, the all-time high at 4,550. Then we could make new all-time highs at 4,890. And we could even probably see $5,000 gold with this 1618, okay? Now, how likely is that? Well, we're going to look at the momentum indicators to see if we actually got the momentum to do it. On the MACD, selling pressure is dying down here on gold. We did have a MACD crossover to the downside on December 30th. That's why we had a little bit of a correction on gold in the first week of January. So it looks like the MACD crossover we could get a MACD crossover to the upside. And if you see that crossover to the upside, you're going to start seeing some green buying pressure candles here, which could send gold up to like all-time highs or even new all-time highs, okay? So that is a possibility here. You just need to see, you know, maybe another good day here where we get some green, a green candle here on the MACD for gold. And then here on Market Cipher B, you did get a green buy dot here saying that today's a good day to buy gold. So take that for what it is. I mean, the buy dots here, you know, you did have a green buy dot here on January 5th. Followed by a red sell dot on January 7th, which was then followed by a green dot the next day, which is today. So this is just ebbs and flows here. What I really want to see is I want to see money flow, which was in the green. That's going to give you the trend. And right now the trend is down on gold. It's been going down since December 26th, right after Christmas. So I don't know. Maybe people got gold for Christmas and then they started selling it. I have no idea, but another thing could be is that in the month of January, right? Since we're in the month of January, anybody that sells their gold right now, they can report that to their taxes. They can report that for next year's taxes. Like they don't have to actually pay taxes on their gold profits until 2027 if they sell in January of 2026. So maybe that's what's going on with gold here. I think gold looks fine to continue to go up to higher prices, but you know, it's not that strong of a case, but there is a case for it to go to higher prices here. The lower prices, you know, gold could come down to 42, 4,300 and maybe get a bounce off of that area. All right, thank you, Kraken, for following me here on TikTok. Let's see. Hank Hill says, "Let me put you on the game." That's a song from the game, right? I was actually listening to that song last week. But you're gonna put me on the game? All right, let's do it. Bree Hot says, "Will the market go up when open or go down?" Are you talking about the stock market for tomorrow? I think it's all going to depend on how the jobs report is tomorrow. We do have a jobs report coming out. Let me see if I can pull that up here real quick. We gotta look for. I gotta look at Forex Factory. All right. So for tomorrow, because you did ask, are we going to go up or down? It all depends on what this, job report is going to show for tomorrow. They're expecting 66,000 jobs were created last month. Okay, and the previous month was like 64,000 jobs. If the jobs number is really high, I mean, like if we get back up to like 100,000 jobs, that could actually take away the case for lower interest rates, which the market might not like initially. So we might actually go down with a jobs report at 100,000 jobs. If it's really strong, like 200,000 jobs, then that just shows the economy is strong and that there's not going to be any recession fears. So that actually might send the market up. Now here's the crazy thing. If the jobs report is bad and we actually get like 10,000 or 20,000 jobs for the last month, then that actually might be good initially for the stock market, because that would justify the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates to prevent us from losing any more jobs and going into negative territory. However, if we are in negative territory where we're losing like 40,000 jobs for last month, that actually might be bad. So like it's the market might not like that, because then it would actually did confirm their fears that we are going into a recession. The Federal Reserve is behind the 8 ball. So I think the best report is actually a number lower than 60,000, somewhere between like 20 to 40,000 jobs would show that the economy is okay, but there should be concern that it might get worse, and then that would cause the Federal Reserve to actually try to lower interest rates before it does get worse. So that, I think the number you're looking for is 20 to 40,000 jobs. And that would send the markets up tomorrow, I think, for sure. Yeah. All right. We got to get into some more requests here. We looked at gold. Now we got to take a look at Toshi, and then Koban, and then Pepe. And I think those are going to be the requests for now. I might be able to do one more request, but that's about it. I am trying to do a 2-hour live stream and no longer than that. So we're now looking at Toshi, currently trading at 3,460, down 1.28% today. And what do we got here for Toshi? Toshi on the daily time frame, you have climbed up above the 21 EMA. That's good to see. And where are the other moving averages? They're like really far above you. Yeah. Not much resistance for Toshi. For moving average wise, the 50 moving average is at 51.89. That's where it could get rejected if it does get up to that level. Let me pull up the VRVP indicator, see what the VRVP indicator is showing for levels here. Alright, so we do have a point of control. We came up to the point of control at this blue line at 41.72 here on Toshi. And that was a good area to try to sell. Okay, because there's a lot of resistance at that level. This is where the majority of people were buying and selling Toshi at. This is where the people back in December who thought they were buying the dip on Toshi keep on dipping on them. So when we came back up here to the point of control, right? These people that bought here were like, "Oh my god, I can get back to break even again," and they clicked the sell button. And now we've seen Toshi come down. However, Toshi could be making a higher low here at this 21 EMA, this white line here at 32.03. use that as support. That'd be really good to see, because then you can get in on a long and try to see if Toshi's going to retest that point of control all over again at 41.48. So that would be nice to see. Although we kind of almost came close to that already today. We came down to 32.90, which is like right above the 21 EMA. So maybe we already front ran the support on the 21 EMA. And maybe Toshi's going to actually head up to that 41.48 level there. That'd be interesting. And I'd be interested in taking profit at that level too. Maybe I gotta get into a day trade on Toshi. Maybe that's the meme coin to get into, Ava Medina. You might want to look at Toshi right now. But before we start falling in love with Toshi, let's just look at the momentum indicators, see if the momentum indicators are going to justify us getting into a long here. Okay, so buying pressure is actually coming down, which makes sense because you know, we did come down to the 21 EMA. Although the blue line hasn't actually crossed down yet below the orange line, so you don't have the MACD crossover to the downside. But this is kind of like a warning signal to take profit on Toshi, that the buying pressure is dying down. Now, buying pressure could die down and then start increasing again, and then die down and then start increasing again. Okay? So it's not like an end-all be-all indicator, but it is kind of like a warning sign that you kind of topped out already. Alright, so just something to keep in mind. Maybe we can do a double top and actually go back up to 41.60 on Toshi. And then here on Market Saver B, you got a green buy dot here that came in last Thursday and on the New Year's Day. Momentum going up, and then money flow is in the green. Money flow is still in the green. I would start worrying if money flow starts going down and then you get a red sell dot. Then that's going to be your warning and your caution light that you need to take profit on Toshi and maybe consider entering a short on Toshi. So I think Toshi looks alright for now, as far as I see. Moving on from Toshi, we're going to take a look at Koban, and then we got Pepe. Let's see. Koban. I believe this is a crypto, right? Looking at Koban, currently trading at, I mean, what am I going to call that? I'm just going to call that 222, all right? Up 3.2% today. And man, oh man, this thing has seen better days, hasn't it? Might be near rock bottom right now. You got a nice little spike up here in November of last year. October, November. It was like Halloween, first week of November. However, this thing did have an even bigger spike here in July of last year. This thing got up to as high as like almost 3 pennies. 0.028 pennies. I mean, how do you make money on this thing? This thing has, I mean, been a great short. Except for every now and then when it spikes up on you. But I guess the real question here is this thing done going down? I mean, you had the low back in 2025 at 249, and we're actually below that. So we're now making what, lower lows compared to what we did here in October? Jesus. And as of now, the POC is right above you. The majority of people bought at 292, probably thinking they were buying the bottom or buying the dip, only for this thing to dip down further. It kept on dip. The dip kept on dipping on them. Yikes. Let's see. Are we getting any bullish divergence that shows that we might be bottoming out? I'm going to turn on the RSI indicator here. So the RSI is right here. No, I don't see any divergence here. You are still making lower lows on the RSI, along with making lower lows on price. I don't know if this thing's done going down yet. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. Let's see what the momentum indicators are showing. Marcus Cypher B says you are oversold, and there's a green buy dot that came in today. However, I mean, you've been having green buy dots coming in, and it just hasn't really done anything for this thing. Money flow is probably more important, and money flow is still in the red here on Coban on the daily time frame. So that's no bueno, in my opinion here. Let's see what MACD is doing. MACD, very weird, but your selling pressure was obviously really bad here in November, and it was still kind of bad going into, yeah, basically all of November. You started seeing, you know, MACD flip here in December and some buying pressure, but the buying pressure is just not strong enough to change the direction. Like you have buying pressure, but it's weak. It's very weak. It's not going to be able to change the price direction. But look at this, like you're not getting the kind of buying pressure that you saw in the beginning of November and end of October, and you're definitely not getting the buying pressure that you saw back here in July. It's just very weak sauce buying pressure. It might indicate that there's buyers trying to buy the dip, but you know, the dip just keeps dipping on them. So I don't like what I see here with Coban. If things do change for the positive here, I would expect this thing to get sold at the POC at 292, and then also the 21 EMA at 270. Those are your take profit targets to the upside. I'm gonna do one last thing here to figure out how much far it could go down, and just to get an idea. I mean, it's a very ugly chart, to be honest with you. But if I was going to measure from this previous swing low to this previous swing high here, I could do a Fibonacci on that, right? From this swing low to this swing high, and it can give me some levels to look for to the downside. Using the Fibonacci, yeah, the 1272 at 236. Well, we're kind of already at that right now. And then you got a 1618 at 181. I think we already came down to those levels, right? 193 and 195. So maybe we got to come down to 181 to finally get some more people interested in buying Coban here. But yikes, I would stay away unless you like short selling it. If I was trying to short sell this, when it does get back up to the 21 in May, I would try to enter a short. But just know, like every now and then, this thing does run up to the upside, and it does candlewick highs above the 21 EMA. So I think the 21 EMA, good area to try to short it. That's how I would try to make money on this one. All right, it looks like we got a good amount of people here. I guys want to show you. I am on TikTok. I'm sorry, not TikTok. I am on TikTok, obviously, but I'm also on Twitter or X. If you guys want to follow me, right, on Twitter, okay, or X, if that's what we're gonna call it now. Let's see if we can get some more followers here on Twitter. That's my handle right there, MeetDamien21. For you guys to stay in touch with me. I do share some like funny memes here. I also share my when I go live, some videos here, and you know, some interesting stuff here about like Eric Trump getting more involved here with Bitcoin, okay, and all the stuff here. But yeah, you can follow me here on Twitter or X, right? Oh, this is a funny video. This is what crypto holders are going to do here in 2026, right? I don't want to show too much of that because I don't want to get flagged for copyright issues here. But yeah, guys, let's see if we get you guys over on Twitter so you can stay in touch with me. You can message me on Twitter as well. All right. And then, of course, I do have a Meet Damien Discord channel. This is where I stay active a lot. You guys can join the Meet Damien Discord channel to stay in touch with me here. And we share our ideas here and our trade setups. I'll let you know when I go live. And to join the Meet Damien Discord, all you gotta do is go on to TikTok, and you'll see my link to join there is up top. Okay. And then for my YouTube guys, the link should be in the description to the video. But also, if you go on to the Meet Damien YouTube channel, you should be able to see my Discord link there as well. Okay, so there you go. You guys can stay in touch with me when I'm not live and ask me some questions there. All right, finally we'll get over to Pepe for Ava Medina, and then let me see if I can just catch up on the chat here. H wants to look at Troll Solana. All right, maybe I can do that, but let me go ahead and put in Pepe for now. And someone did say Bitcoin. We did actually look at Bitcoin a couple of times already on the live stream here, but I will finish up and talk about Bitcoin at the end of the live stream. And D2 Miami, is that a request for Pith? You want to look at Pith Network? All right. Thank you, Panya, for following me here on TikTok. Appreciate that. All right. We'll take a look at Pith as well. All right, so we gotta look at for the next couple of ones after this one. We gotta look at Troll, right? What was that? The name of it was Troll. Troll something, right? Where is it? Oh yeah. Troll and Pith. Yep, Troll. So we'll look at Troll, Solana, and then Pith. All right. And I'm just going to do a little quick hello to you guys here on TikTok. I'm going to try to flip the camera here. Hopefully, you guys can actually get a chance to see what I look like. But you can also see what I look like on some of my videos here. But yeah, this is me. I am Damien here. Okay, here I am. Yep. This is what it looks like when I flip the camera. You can also see that there's me. On the TV behind me, to my left here. That's how I just make sure that the live stream is still good and gravy. But yeah, let's go ahead and flip the camera back to the chats here. All right. So we are now looking at Pepe, currently trading at 616, down 6.1% today, and that's to be expected because I mean, Pepe did the thing here where it had a nice week of January. The first week of January was just really awesome for Pepe. Let me see. Let me go in the weekly chart. Yeah, last week it went up 71%. Probably because it got beat down so much. But I gotta redraw the fib now. So I guess I'll just draw it from this low here at 360 to this high here, right there. We got it to like 726. Okay. So we got some fib levels to look for. I like seeing that the fib levels are matching any of the moving averages for confluence here. And what I do see on Pepe is I do see below us, we got the 50 moving average at 580, which is confluent with the 618. So I think Pepe might continue selling off and going down to 580. Now, did it already? No, it didn't. But we came as low as 599 earlier today. But this is an idea here that you could buy some Pepe at 580 and you're catching the dip. The dip that already, you already got your little bit of a correction here on Pepe, and you're gonna see if you can ride this thing right back up to 726 here. But also for the day traders, you're gonna see if you can ride this thing back up to that 786 Fibonacci fib level at 649. That's an idea here for Pepe. Now, how strong is Pepe looking here with the momentum indicators here? Buying pressure is dying down. That's probably obvious if you haven't been paying attention to the price. The moving averages, this blue line is starting to curve down. That should indicate that that we are topping out and that you should have been taking profits on Pepe if you're in spot bags on it. But we just don't know if buying pressure is going to start increasing again, right? Because you did see buying pressure die down over here towards the end of December, and then out of nowhere, buying pressure just start increasing like a madman here. So it's an idea that, you know, you should be cautious on Pepe if you're trying to long it. You should be taking profit if you haven't done so already. And then if buying pressure starts increasing again, we go to higher prices, then you can take more profit at higher prices here. And if we are going to go to higher prices on Pepe, like I said, you know, we got 649 as an idea and 726, but then we also got the 1272 fib extension at 824, which kind of lines up with this 200-day moving average, which is sitting at 834. So I think 820, 830 is where Pepe goes next if we're going to go make another higher high here. Okay, so that's something to think about for Pepe. Do I really need to get into the market cipher B on there? I'll do it for you. You did get a red sell dot on Wednesday. Okay, that's not good. Okay, that means you probably should be taking profits here on Pepe. However, you could get a green buy dot out of nowhere later on today or tomorrow, this weekend, and then, you know, maybe we see higher prices for Pepe after that. But right now, you got the red warning light there on, saying that you should be taking profit on Pepe. So that's what I see here on Pepe right now, as of now. I'd just be looking for the downside, 580. Try to buy some Pepe there, and then maybe put the stop loss below that at like 540 or 530. And yeah, see if we're gonna get a bounce off that 50-day moving average. If not, then, you know, this thing will probably come down lower, and then we got levels to look below us. You know, probably that 0.382 and that 21 EMA sitting at about 500 for Pepe. That'll be the next level to look for if this 50-day moving average is not going to hold here. All right. Mickey said, what indicator? Well, there's a bunch of indicators that I use here. I'm not sure which one you want to look at. I was looking at the this is the market cipher B indicator here by WeLo Trades, and you just type in market cipher B, and you should see this indicator, market cipher B by WeLo Trades on TradingView. It's free to use. It's a great indicator to use. And then the other one was the MACD moving average convergence divergence indicator. That's another good indicator. I think everybody's familiar with it now. It's like one of the basic indicators out there. And then this isn't really an indicator, but this is like a trading tool, and this is the Fibonacci trading tool. Okay, and that I have a video on TikTok. You know, I got the videos pinned up to the top of the channel here. I got the Fibonacci video here. I also got the VRVP indicator video, and then for the most basic of basic stuff here for the first time traders, I got the you know, how to set up a candlestick chart and how to read a candlestick chart pattern.
Welcome guys to
where
the Damien channel.
I talk about the RSI and the MACD and the stochastic RSI
video,
here.
We're going to,
and those videos are pinned to the top of my channel on TikTok. All right, we'll look at the troll, and then we'll look at PIF. Is this troll coin here? It's on Coinbase. I think this is the first time someone ever asked me to look at troll coin on the live stream here. I don't think I got any chart work on this one. And this is a troll coin that's trading on Coinbase. Wow. Okay, so troll coin looks like it started trading on Coinbase September 2025. I'm a bit curious. Usually Coinbase doesn't get it first. Let's see if we can find another exchange that has more data. Yeah, MEXC. There we go. MEXC's got more data now. Alright, but yeah, Trollcoin's been trading on MEXC for longer than 2025. Looks like it was trading back here in January 2024. What do you want me to do with this coin here? This has been a great way to lose money, or a great way to make money if you know how to short. This thing has just been down and to the right. It's just terrible for trying to invest in. All right, so Trollcoin currently trading at 1,888 to the 8 decimal place below zero. All right, we're just gonna call this 1887 to make it easier for me. You do have resistance above you. That 50-day moving average could act as resistance at 2194. If not, you get the 100-day moving average that could act as resistance at 2807. Have we ever tested the 50-day moving average? When was the last time we were at the 50-day moving average? Would be back here in September 28th when Bitcoin was like near all-time highs. This thing was trading at 41. I'm sorry. This thing was trading at 4100. And that was the last time you saw the 50-day moving average. Okay. Could this thing get back up to the 50-day moving average? If it does, you know, that'd be a pretty decent gain going up to like 2194. Let me just measure that out here. If we just go from where we are now to the 50-day moving average, it's about a 16% gain. So maybe not that nice of a gain, but it's an idea, okay? And if you can get past that to the 100-day moving average, now we're talking about like a 49% gain on this coin. Let me go ahead and throw in the VRVP indicator here, see what the VRV indicator is going to say for levels to look for. We do have a POC, this blue line, sitting at 1830. That should act as support. If not, if this doesn't act as support and we blow right through it, then we're going to probably come right down to the lows for the year, with this value area low sitting at 1468. Okay. However, if you actually bounce off the POC and go up to higher prices here, like I said, we got the 50-day and the 100-day. It does look like there is some high volume here on the right near that 100-day moving average, sitting at 2800. So I would try to take some profit on this coin if it actually does get up to 2800. Now, the way these meme coins and altcoins have been acting is like this could happen in one day. So you better put in your limit order right now, and you might be able to sell this thing at like 26, 27, or 2800. And it might be only up there for like maybe a few minutes or an hour or two, and then it comes back down again. So here you go. I'm giving you the TA right now. Put in a sell limit order anywhere between 2600 to 2800, and you might get lucky enough where it gets filled, and you can make 49% on your spot bag. Put 10x leverage on that, you can make 490%. How about that? Mickey, what are you saying here, Mickey? I gotta look for the one on MEXC. So you're talking about troll? Yeah, this is Trollcoin. This is Trollcoin on MEXC. Yeah, I am looking at it on MEXC right now. All right. Yeah. All right. I'm not sure when you guys said that, but I did go from Coinbase Exchange to MEXC, and that this is the data that I got for Trollcoin here. So there you go. There's upside, downside targets for Trollcoin, and ideas like how to make some money. I would try to take profit at 2600, 2800, and then also take profit at that 50 moving average at 2200. Let's move on to Pith Network. On Bitstamp maybe? Nah, let's see if we can find another better exchange. On Kraken maybe? Doesn't look too bad. Alright, so now we're looking at Pith Network for D2 Miami. And Pith Network is currently trading at 6 cents, just shy of 7, 0.067 pennies here. You're down 1% today. And you're also below the value area. The value area is between this white line here and this other white line. This is the value area low, value area high, and the POC. The majority of people bought Pith at like 16 cents, and this is data going all the way back to like July of last year. And you're below all of that. So you're very undervalued according to the VRVP indicator. You're also below all the moving averages except for the 21 EMA. Now this 21 EMA should act as support, and that's sitting, as I start to zoom in, that's sitting at about 6 pennies, 0.061 pennies. And of course I, adjusted the scale here. Now we got a different value area to look at, okay? But now, with this value area, right, we do have a POC kind of like where we're at right now. So a good majority of people have been buying this thing at 0.068 pennies, and that's going back to September of last year. And if we are going to continue being bullish here, you won't get much resistance until you get up to this high volume node here at 9 cents, which is confluent with this 50-day moving average. So I would be targeting 9 cents for take profit on PIF, right? Especially if I'm day trading it. But if I'm in a swing trade, I would also look for 9 cents as well. And then maybe take some more profit if it ever gets up to the 200-day moving average at 11 cents. You got some high volume here, and of course you got the value area high at 11.5 cents here. So I would be trying to take some profit, definitely for sure at 11 cents and 11.5 cents. But I'd probably be taking my first take profit target at 9 cents here, where that 50-day moving average is sitting at, with a high volume node right next to it. So I just gave you upside targets there for PIF, downside target 21 EMA at 6 cents. If not, maybe we got to revisit the value area low. Value area low is sitting at 5.5 cents. That would be, you would hope that would stay and we don't go lower than that. I'll put the stop loss really tight at like 5 cents if you were trying to buy some at 5.5 cents. And then you're not really losing too much, but you might be getting, maybe a double or triple bottom out of the 5.5 cent area for this thing to then launch up to higher prices. Mickey says, Annalise, you want me to look at Annalise? I can look at Annalise, yeah. And then AC1DC asked me about the volume indicator. I always get this question, guys. This is the VRVP indicator. You can find it on TradingView. It's under the, you just type in VRVP. It comes up as Visual Range Volume Profile Indicator. I have a video of that on my TikTok. I just went to it a bunch of times already. You can find that on my TikTok channel. Pinned to the top of the channel with the one of the pinned videos is the VRVP indicator. All right, let me see if I can look up Annalise for my guy here. Yeah, I don't see Annalise. What is the ticker symbol for Annalise? And you said it's on Pepe. Yeah. You're gonna have to give me the ticker symbol for it. I can't find it. Oh, we got a few more people that showed up here. Looks like Dave P's in the chat. Good to see you, Dave P. And Dave P actually had to leave. Oh wow. Okay. Well, thank you for coming in, Dave. If you rewatched the live stream. Jasmine said, "Look at the best. Looking for entry for you." Abba Medina likes Jasmine. What did we say about Jasmine? Let's take a look at Jasmine one more time again. Oh yeah, I think we said like on the momentum indicators for Jasmine, the buying pressure is still increasing, and then you got money flow in the green, yeah, and you don't have a red sell dot yet. I mean, how far could it go up? I mean, I think Jasmine is probably going to get knocked down either by the 100-day moving average or the 200-day moving average. So I think 1100 is your best bet for Jasmine. And just measuring from where we are right now to the 200-day moving average, it's about like a 19% gain, which is decent. But I think it's too high risk. I mean, there's still good reward here, but we are coming up on, we're already at resistance, and you got resistance at the 100-day coming up as well. So I think Jasmine is a high risk long, in my opinion. Mickey says Graphico to Pepe. Yeah, I don't know. Are you speaking like French or something? How come sometimes I see like hyphenated A and I don't know. And then you said please, but you spelt it P-L-I-S. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. What country are you from? Are you speaking English or are you speaking another language? I don't know. Curious. But I think I'm going to look at Bitcoin on the way out here, guys, and then that's going to be it for this live stream here. Although, I think I missed a request here. Quem was saying something here, and then Davis says, want me to look at USDT pair try? Is there a try USD? Try tether? What the hell? This thing is like dropping like a rock. It's been dropping like a rock and dropping like it's hot, or not, all throughout this past year. What the hell is this? This is a great short in my opinion. It's just consistently making money to the downside. Now, if it was a long, it'd be looking like this. That'd be a great long. But that's not reality. This is reality. It's a great short. D2 Miami, can we save that one for tomorrow, dogging me? I'm kind of getting tired over here. Okay, Mickey, I kind of figured so. Mickey, what language do you speak? What language do you speak? Are you French? Spanish? I don't know. German? I don't know. What language do you speak? I do have some European followers here on TikTok. I know that. I got some people from Ireland, some people from Germany, the UK, and Netherlands. And that's because I used to do live streams in the afternoon. It was like nighttime for you guys, which was perfect because you guys would get out of work, get done finishing eating dinner, and then my live stream would be right there for you. Let's look at... I want to look at Bitcoin, guys, on the way out. Oh, you're from Brazil, so do you speak Portuguese? Portuguese? Spanish and Portuguese. Oh, okay. Yo hablo español un poquito para mí. Un poquito español. Portugués un poquito para mí. There you go. That's a little bit of Spanish from me. All right. But muchos gusto, amigo, para Brazil. Tú eres mi nuevo amigo. Okay, my amigo. Gracias para el live stream. Yeah, thank you for coming to the live stream. All right, we're gonna look at Bitcoin, guys, and then that's gonna be it for today. And we'll just do a quick review on the daily time frame here. So here on Bitcoin, I do see a potential hammer candle reversal that could send us to higher prices going into tomorrow and this weekend. Bitcoin's gonna have a tough time getting past 91,500. As you can see, it's at 91,100, and 91,500 is gonna be a tough area to crack until it's not. Once we get past that, then 93K is an area that we could get some resistance from Fibonacci. But of course, we'll definitely get resistance at the 94K level here, 94,500. It's been a tough area. Could be an area where you could try to short sell Bitcoin if we get up to that level there. But I am looking for longs since I think we're in a range here between 90K and 94K. I would be looking for longs right now. The best time to long was early this morning and early this afternoon, but I think you could put your stop loss below the low for today, or wherever you want to put the stop loss, lower than where we are right now. And I think a long should make sense going into tomorrow. We could probably get paid on that long. And then here on the 1 hour time frame, we do got some moving averages. So if you are in that day trade long for Bitcoin, you can take some partial profit at 91,600 where the 100 moving average is at. Then you could probably take some more profit at 92,200 where we got the 50 moving average at. That might be tough for us to get past initially. I would expect the price to go sideways when we get to this these moving averages and then try to go up. And then go sideways again at that 50 moving average before it then launches up. So it's going to probably look something like this where we climb up here, we go sideways, play around with this moving average and then go up. Then play around with this moving average, maybe come back down and then punch through that moving average. I think that's what we might see going into tomorrow for Bitcoin, okay? And just looking at the momentum, let's see how the momentum's looking like for Bitcoin. On the 1 hour time frame, you do got buying pressure and it's like dying down, increasing, and then dying down, increasing, but this is okay. This could still, if it stays green, it just means we're gonna go to higher prices in the meantime. As long as we're not seeing light green on the 1 hour time frame, I think we'll be all right. But if we start seeing light green, then I'm gonna take some profit and close out my long and possibly think about entering a short instead for tonight. Okay, so nothing's guaranteed, but I think we're all right to go to higher prices here on Bitcoin as long as it keeps staying in the green here on the MACD 1 hour buying pressure candles here. Okay, and then let's just see temporarily in the 15-minute time frame. MACD selling pressure was dying down. Then we got a little bit of buying pressure during the beginning of my live stream. But now, all of a sudden, like we're getting a red candle here. So it's wishy-washy, choppy action right now on Bitcoin. Still making up its mind as to whether or not it wants to get past 91,500 or not. But I think, on the 15-minute time frame, our problem child right now is 91,400, 91,500 because we came up to it. Look, we came up to this 200 moving average on the 15-minute time frame. And that acted as resistance. So if we can punch past that, that's when you'll start seeing, us moving up to higher prices towards 92, 93K. But we got to get past this 200 moving average on the 15-minute time frame for us to get bullish. If not, then, if we start dropping right now on Bitcoin, the bears are going to call this a double top on the 15-minute time frame. Some might call it the letter M. But yeah, if it makes the letter M, well, guess where we go next? 90,500. And that's where my stop loss is on my long right now. So I'm going to be paying attention to the next hour or two. The next hour is like, we got 1 more hour left before the daily candle closes. And a lot of things happen around that time. So it's going to get busy on Bitcoin in the next hour or two. Pay attention to that. If you guys are over in Europe, don't go to bed yet. You might want to wait an hour or two to see if the trade is going to play out. And then, if it does play out, then maybe you can go to sleep with a long on Bitcoin. But if this looks wishy-washy, or if we start coming down in the next hour or two, then it probably makes sense to, enter a short, put your stop loss above 91,500. And, yeah, maybe tomorrow we see 89K all over again. Okay, but we shall see. That's why I'm going to be up all night paying attention to the charts. And then tomorrow morning, I'm gonna look at the jobs report, see what that's doing. Tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. We gotta pay attention to that, right? They're expecting 66,000 jobs. We want a number a little bit lower than that, so that way they lower interest rates. A number higher than that, they're probably not gonna lower interest rates. And a number really high, that actually might cause the market to go up anyways, because that means we're probably not gonna enter a recession. And they'll like a jobs number above like 100K for sure. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I got going on here for the guys. I'll try to go live same time tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. And then you'll see me go live again on Monday. If you're not able to make that, we'll go live again Monday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. In the meantime, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Double tap the screen for my TikTok, guys. Let's try to get the likes up. We're at 15,000. Let's see if we can get 16,000 likes before I go. Okay. And then for my YouTube guys, don't forget to hit that like button as well. And if you're new, go ahead and subscribe. I see a bunch of people watching my videos, but no one's subscribing on YouTube. Well, they do subscribe, but you know, I know we can get more subscribers here. All you gotta do is just hit that subscribe button. You know, it's not gonna hurt you. And if it does, you can unsubscribe. Nothing wrong with that. But anyways, guys, that's it for this live stream here. Good luck trading and investing in whatever asset you decide to get into. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Guys, don't forget to come follow me on Twitter, X, Meet Damien, and also Instagram. I am on Instagram as well. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, basically all those social media websites I'm on.